Howdy, y'all. This is Proverbs 23 in the NIRV for October 23, 2023. Saying 7. When you sit down to eat with a ruler, look carefully at what's in front of you. Put a knife to your throat if you like to eat too much. Don't long for his fancy food. It can fool you. Saying 8. Don't wear yourself out to get rich. Don't trust how wise you think you are. When you take even a quick look at riches, they're gone. They grow wings and they fly away into the sky like an eagle. Saying 9. Don't eat the food of anyone who doesn't want to share it. Don't long for his fancy food. He's the kind of person who's always thinking about how much it costs. Eat and drink, he says to you, but he doesn't mean it. You'll throw up what little you've eaten. You will have wasted your words of praise. Saying 10. Don't speak to foolish people. They will laugh at your wise words. Saying 11. Don't move old boundary stones. Don't try to take over the fields of children whose fathers have died. That's because the God who guards them is strong. He will stand up for them in court against you. Saying 12. Apply your heart to what you were taught. Listen carefully to words of knowledge. Saying 13. Don't hold back correction from a child. If you correct them, they won't die. So correct them. Then you will save them from death. Saying 14. My son, if your heart is wise, my heart will be glad. If your heart is wise, my heart will be glad. Deep down inside, I will be happy when you say what is right. Saying 15. Do not long for what sinners have, but always show great respect for the Lord. There really is hope for you in the days to come, so your hope will not be cut off. Saying 16. My son, listen and be wise. Set your heart on the right path. Don't join those who drink too much wine. Don't join those who stuff themselves with meat. Those who drink or eat too much will become poor. If they sleep too much, they'll have to wear rags. Saying 17. Listen to your father who gave you life. Don't hate your mother when she's old. Buy the truth and don't sell it. Get wisdom, instruction, and understanding as well. If the father of a godly child is very happy, a man who has a wise son is glad. May your father and mother be glad. May the woman who gave birth to you be joyful. Saying 18. My son, give me your heart. May you be happy living the way you see me live. An unfaithful wife is like a deep pit. A wife who commits adultery is like a narrow well. She hides and waits like a thief. She causes many men to sin. Saying 19. Who has trouble? Who has sorrow? Who argues? Who has problems? Who has wounds for no reason? Who has red eyes? Those who spend too much time with wine, or those who like to taste wine mixed with spices. Don't look at the wine when it's red. Don't look at the cup when it bubbles in. Don't look at it when it bubbles in the cup, and don't look at it when it goes down smoothly. In the end, it bites like a snake. It bites like a poisonous serpent. Your eyes will see strange things. Your mind will imagine weird things. You will feel like someone sleeping on the ocean. You'll think you're lying among the ropes in a boat. They hit me, you say, but I'm not hurt. They beat me, but I don't feel it. When will I wake up so I can find another drink? That's somebody pulling around me, checking me out, I guess, but oh well. So lots of things are tests, right? So it feels like that's the chapter theme. We have to watch when we're with rich, powerful people who have more resources than us, because we're being tested, we're being watched, our behavior is being observed. It's like if we're too desperate, or too hungry is the wrong word, enthusiastic, then it's a reason to look down on us. And it's like, oh, look at that simple person. And that's kind of what it is, because we're attacking the resources out of our lack instead of the knowing that there's an abundance there and we can have what we want. Similarly, we don't want to hang out and share company with people who aren't truly generous. I can't stop. It's like once I start yawning, I can't stop. Because they're internally calculating the cost of everything you're doing and everything you're eating. And they're going to want to be paid back in some fashion. So don't participate. Don't give them compliments, because it's only going to turn out poor for you later. It's only going to be unpleasant. You're going to vomit. Speaking of foolish people, they'll laugh at your wise words. Again, don't keep company with these people. This is the easiest way. Be just. When you have an opportunity and the fatherless or the orphans have a field that you could take over or encroach upon, don't do it. It's not the right thing. Apply your heart to what's taught and listen carefully to words of understanding listen carefully to words of knowledge. Fighting a sneeze. Hold on. Sorry about that. Trying really hard to suppress a sneeze. It was making me stutter. Apply your hearts to what is taught. Listen carefully to the words of knowledge. So it's not just being around wise people. It's not just listening. It's you got to actively apply this stuff in your life. Much the same to this book. Don't hold back correction from a child, because they won't die. In fact, you'll save them from the real death. Yeah, listen, be wise. Don't drink too much. I think we can all sympathize with telling our kids that. I mean, shoot, that's a lesson probably most of us had to learn. And if you sleep too much, you'll have to wear rags. So, eat less, move around more, say your prayers. Get wisdom, instruction, and understanding as well. It's pretty simple to understand task, right? Like Othello, easy to learn, difficult to master. And then I know how this had to do it again. I know the last section comes off as like people who drink, but it's definitely not that. This is a person with a drinking problem, obviously. To me, it's obvious. They can't function without it, you know. They get into fights, they have quarrels, they have mystery, bumps and cuts, bruises. I feel drunk. Man, my nose is so packed. My ears finally draining, but I just feel like somebody beat me up. Had an early day and did not get good sleep last night. So, as you can tell, no tint, so I'm not in my car right now. Had to drop that off. Both cars today for work at the body shop. So, that was a catastrophe. The rental car agencies are like a bad joke. If you play by their rules, you do everything they ask you to do, they're still not going to serve you. And then by the time they do, just had to deal with a lot of tears from the wife this morning because she was so frustrated with them. And is what it is. So at least it's done. Got the 2 rental cars, 2 cars in the shop, whatever. We'll have our cars back this week. But it's been a long day. But that's why it's so bright. I'm not sitting in my car with all the super dark tint and the tinted headband and everything else. In case you were wondering. So I'll apologize because I faded pretty fast, and I'm not sure I have much more useful commentary on this at this time. I was just going to say that, it sounds like no drinking at all, right? But like the mixed spices and stuff, we do that. It's Halloween party time. I got a friend who makes mead and makes ciders and mixes them with spices. But it's all just for us to try and enjoy. And that's so sad. They hit me, you'll say. But I'm not hurt. They beat me up and I don't feel it. When will I wake up so I can find another drink? Even in your stupor, in your sleep, that's all you're thinking about. Having one of those times in my back. I know it's early, but I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Say, go with God, be blessed, pray for me.